Hello, hello.
I'm Robert, this is Matthew.
I'm Matthew.
And I'm also in keeping a little bit with, I have no idea why we're here. Because the gadgets that we make don't use any electricity, they don't use solar power.
They're very low tech, that's what they call us.
We're a very, very low tech
engineering.
studio. But you can see in this shot actually, to a certain degree, it's kind of robotic, but
yeah, we have robots. The only robots I really like actually are transformers and droids. So sorry everybody. This is from one of my upcoming books, the Star Wars pop-up guide to the galaxy. And also behind me is Robert's pop-up Narnia that will be coming out this fall. Next slide, please. So it takes not robots, but people to build pop-ups. Many, many people help us.
We design them with our own hands. We don't use computers when we're designing whatsoever. We just cut, we fold, we glue. It's completely hand done, and the assembly, when we get to this point also, is done also completely by hand as well. Working in our New York City studio, very convenient for us. You can see we use scissors, glue, tape, and just build by hand over and over again our pop-ups till we get them to work. It's not so much getting a pop-up to pop up, we try to get it to pop shut. And this is really trial and error endlessly. It takes us sometimes a year to create an entire pop-up book, and that's just the design part of it and the illustration part of it.
Yes, here I am looking chipper with a pair of scissors.
God, we look chipper, yes.
And oftentimes with some of the pop-ups that we engineer, we have to build them several times over and over and over again. This is an AT-AT Imperial Walker from The Empire Strikes Back that's in the upcoming book, and I think we built that probably about 20 times. Next slide, please.
We work in white. We work in white exclusively, and this is obviously Darth Vader's head.
This is the beginning engineering for Darth Vader's head, just sort of fleshing out the shapes and the many different angles on his mask. And you can see it looks pretty crappy. There's tape, it's cut up, and it looks a mess. But this is the beginning, and this is where we start. We refine this after rebuilding it several times.
And one of the challenges in creating pop-ups, the kind of work we do is creating curves. We live very much in a right-angle world, and the paper does not necessarily obey us the way we want it to in our minds. So oftentimes we're confronted with something like creating a dome, which in a computer is very easy. You can do that in 3D with clay, but with paper, sometimes it's nearly impossible, especially to get it in 3 dimensions and then have it close back down to 2 dimensions.
These are the die lines. These are the lines that are used to make the pop-ups, the several pieces, and you can see we're always making notes. And the old way.
So this is a really, really old slide. Sorry about that. We used to do all these drawings, all these technical drawings. Like today, there's been all these fancy graphs and charts and colors and flashing things going on. We drew all this stuff by hand using rapidograph pens. So we would use ink and vellum and have to draw each individual pop-up piece in order to get it to the manufacturer.
Using what's called to some people, a ruler.
And a so-called pencil up there as well.
Next, please.
It's not.
Now it's all done on the computer. This is we use Adobe Illustrator to make our die lines, and as you can see, it's kind of Darth Vader roadkill going on up there.
Right. That's actually the domed head, and actually this book is out in the lobby too. So when you finish, you can go and look at it. The domed part of Darth Vader's head is in the upper left quadrant there on our screen. So we don't have to do this by hand anymore with a pen, which is a little sad, but it makes things go much, much faster for us. We're much more efficient.
Okay, so then after we've done all the work, after we've made the artwork, after we've made the die lines, it goes off to the manufacturer and it's printed. And this is a 4 to 5 color printer. It's about as big as a bus, and it prints out these giant sheets, and it has all the pieces. And these sheets are probably about this big.
It's all ganged up. It looks like Star Wars roadkill kind of at this point. It just, everything is all put together. This is the die making. What they do is again, very low key. Do you believe this? Like all this is still done by hand. They'll use very thin strips of metal and they'll make these dies on the back there, that big board. That will be used to cut out all of the pop-up pieces like you can see here on the left. So that is indeed done by machine.
This is a laser. That was a laser cutter.
That was a laser cutter
that we can't use because they're too slow. This is one of the steps in the process of manufacturing called scrapping. They're taking out all the pieces from the large sheet of paper. Next, please. And here they are bunching up. There's a lot of R2-D2s. right there. They're putting together the book.
Gluing by hand. This is done in China, actually, so they prefer to use brushes. They brush on a very small piece of glue. And isn't this your favorite, like, who is this?
No, that's Wedge Antilles.
Oh,
I'm a
Wedge
really big
Antilles.
Star Wars nerd, by the way, and I got to go to this Lucas Ranch to do the research for this. Okay, so this is actually from the book, but we do at times use different media within the books besides just paper. These are actually electronic lightsabers that open when you open these small pops. So they glow for about 15 seconds and then they turn off.
The single bit of technology that we've ever used in our pop-up books.
And there we are.
Thanks very much.